Welcome to the Daily for Tuesday, August 30th. With Simon Borg, I'm Jason Sagini. Tonight, the big news is the U.S. Open Cup semifinals, and it starts in Chicago, where the Chicago Fire will take on the USL's Richmond Kickers.
The Fire aiming for their 6th U.S. Open Cup final. They've been talking about how they take this tournament very seriously, and it shows by the lineups they put out there. No excuse for Frank Lopez not to put out his starting lineup, his best team yet again in this competition, because they don't have a game until September 10th. So this will be the best Fire team against the Richmond side looking to spring the upset. They're done with their season in the USL, so this is their last game of the year. They'll pour everything into it as well. This could be an upset in the making if Richmond pulls it off, but the Fire at home, you got to like their chances.
You can see that matchup 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on chicago-fire.com. In the other semifinal, out at Starfire in Seattle, the Sounders, who've won the last 2 tournaments, taking on an FC Dallas team that's owned by the Hunt family. Of course, the U.S. Open Cup is named after Lamar Hunt.
But it's not just about the history, Jason. These 2 teams come into this match in very good form, both having clinched big wins over tough oppositions in league play over the weekend. But FC Dallas, they're going to have their work cut out for them. Seattle have never lost at Starfire. They're undefeated in the month of August. And FC Dallas, remember, they're coming off 3 consecutive road games in Toronto for Champions League, in Kansas City for that dramatic 3-2 win, and now Seattle.
All right, well, if there's good news for FC Dallas, it's that George John has joined the team out there, so they do have some reinforcements. Moving on from the U.S. Open Cup to the U.S. national team, we found out Heath Pierce and Zach Lloyd will not be able to make it into this camp, so they've been replaced by DC United's Chris Pontius and Jonathan Spector.
Jonathan Spector coming all the way from England, and it makes you wonder, why isn't Jurgen Klinsmann going in his backyard there in L.A. where the game is being played and calling up Omar Gonzalez, one of the prospects, defensive prospects in MLS, and one of the best defenders, period. He was in the mix with Bob Bradley, not here for Jurgen Klinsmann. I think the manager is going to have to explain this at some point.
One more U.S. national teamer in the news is Michael Bradley, not called into this camp because he was out tying up his club issues. Today we finally find out what team he's going to be playing for.
That's going to be Chievo Verona in Italy. If you're not familiar with that team, they are a mid-table side, overachieving side since they joined the Italian top-flight Serie A. And for Michael Bradley, this could be a good situation. Chievo Verona, they really fly under the radar, a quiet team that just goes about its business. And he needs to settle down a little bit with his professional career in Europe, bounced around from Heerenveen in Holland, Borussia Mönchengladbach in Germany, and then the Aston Villa loan deal that didn't work out in England. So this could work out for him, but there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve.
Yeah, getting on the field is just what the important thing will be for him. He needs to get consistent playing time. If he does play for this team, he'll be only the 2nd American to play in Serie A, the 1st since Alexi Lalas back in the day. Want to remind everyone, Extra Time Radio came out yesterday. We had Jeff Cunningham, the new goal-scoring king in MLS, and also Corey Gibbs ahead of the Chicago Fire's U.S. Open Cup match tonight. You can get that on iTunes or Buzzsprout, and we'll be back on the Daily tomorrow.